Hey, it's TOS100, and before I get to my topic, a quick update. I had given mention in a previous video about a collaboration that I'm working on, and I'm here to tell you that it's taking a little bit longer than I had previously anticipated, but trust me, you want to stick around, stay subscribed, do whatever you gotta do, it's gonna be worth it. Now, I was watching The Amazing Atheist the other day, and he was talking about these people who get mad. You know, they're like, oh, you want a handout? Look at you, lazy bum. I work 2 jobs to get what I've got. I bust my ass to get what little bit I get. And yeah, they sound like idiots. You are overworked and underpaid. You are being exploited. And I think it's sad that people have this mentality. This is no accident. This is a century of work in the making. This was the dream come true for Edward Bernays. If you've never seen the documentary called The Century of the Self, I highly recommend it. It will help you understand what is going on in this country right now. But yeah, these people sound like idiots. Oh yeah, I bust my ass. I work 2 jobs to get to eat 1 meal a day. And this made me think of something that I had experienced when I was a little child. And I want to share it with you because a lot of you may be too young to have been around during these times. But when I was a little kid growing up in the Midwest, we had these little metal boxes on our front stoop. It was for milk. It was the milk box. And what you do is you want to get some milk. Okay, you write down your little order, what you want to get. You want to get a quart of milk, and you want to get a quart of chocolate milk, and whatever else. And you put the money in there and leave it, and then the milkman drives up, and he takes your note and takes your money, and okay, and he puts whatever you want in that box. So when you come out the next morning, poof, there's all your stuff. There's your milk right there. Bet a lot of you have never seen this, but I got to see this. And the point of this is to tell you about my milkman. What does my milkman have to do with people who are busting their asses at 2 jobs to get what little they have? My milkman was borderline retarded. Not only that, he was a functional illiterate. He could read just well enough to get your order right. And he could add and subtract just well enough to get your change right most of the time. He had this job from the time he got the job until the time he died. There was no scrambling and looking for a job for him. He found a job, he got it, and it was always there for him because employers back then were all about it. Hey, this guy's dedicated and he works hard. Let's keep him around. There was no talk of, well, maybe we can get rid of him and get someone who's less experienced and we can pay them less. There was no talk of that. But I want to tell you something else about my milkman. He owned his house outright. No mortgage. He owned the house that he bought with the money he made as a milkman. You can't do that anymore. If there were such a thing as a milkman today, he'd have to work his job as a milkman and then work somewhere else and then maybe have a 3rd job, and then he'd have to share tight living quarters with another family or 2. But no, back then, this is the 60s, the milkman owned his house outright. Also, he owned his car. He didn't get a loan, he paid cash for his car. So now we have a milkman, borderline retarded, functional illiterate, who owns his house and he owns his car. But wait, there's more! Yeah, this gets better. He was married. His wife did not work a job. She stayed home and raised their 9 children. Put most of them into college. A milkman owns his house, owns his car. He's got a wife who stays home to raise the kids, and they all go to college on a milkman's salary. Do you see how far down we have slid? Do you see how bad things have gotten? I have friends who are making 6 figures. None of them are doing as well as the retarded, functional, illiterate milkman. These are people with college degrees. These are people who are very well trained in what they do. These are people who are experts. These are people who hold nice titles. Not doing as good as the retarded milkman. It really blows my mind. TOS 100, thanks for watching.